Transaction management. You can follow me in my Telegram link, that is t.me Bhargavi CS. So join this Telegram channel or group so that if I send any notifications regarding our subject or any of the notifications regarding your jobs, any jobs you can have. Why? Because I'm creating videos according to the computer science and according to your jobs notification also. So you can have. So join the link, and this is my YouTube channel name. So first we'll see a transaction. So what is mean by a transaction? So before going to the subject, normally we say that whenever we are going to banks or any place, we say that we performed a transaction. That means what? Either you deposit the money, or you withdraw the money, or you send it the money. Yes or no? That means what? The value, the amount of your account will be changes. Yes or no? Now, similarly, whatever the changes are done to your database, that we call it as a transaction. That may be of any update. You can update your mobile number, you can update your Aadhaar card number, Aadhaar card address you can update, and your land phone number you can change your mobile number, and you can have different type of transactions. Yes or no? That we call it as a transaction. A transaction can be defined as a group of tasks, right? So before going to that, I'll draw a table, right? So this is a table of a two customers of a bank. So this is account number, this is the name, say amount, right? Clear? So consider this as student table also, no problem. Some of the students are having table. So in that name, number of the student, name of the student, amount of the student. So how much amount he have with him. Now the first student number is 101. The second student number is 102. So this student name is A. This student name is B. Currently he is having 50 rupees. He is having 100 rupees. Clear? Now, a transaction is nothing but set of statements are executed at once is also called as a transaction. Consider an example, begin, end. So this is called as beginning of transaction. This is called as ending of the transaction. What we are doing? Updating student name as ABC, where the student number is 101. So where the student number is what? 101. Wherever the 101 student number is there, there change the name as ABC. Now here 101 student name is there. Here 101 student name is there. What is the name is there? A is there. So I want to update it as ABC. So write the name as ABC. Right? Next, update student num XYZ, where student number is 102. So 102 student number I want to change as XYZ. So removing this B, I want to change it as XYZ. That means what you are doing? You are updating your table. That means you are updating your database. This we call it as a transaction. Whatever the updation you do to the data of your database, that is called as a transaction. Clear? Now, these transactions can be executed independently or together, that is based on user's condition, right? Now, begin transaction, end transaction you are writing here. So that means what? This is a transaction T1, this is the transaction T2. So if you say begin transaction, end transaction, these two transactions should be executed, right? So that means two transactions are going to be executed. If only one of the transaction executes, other not executes, that is not right way of doing. Clear? Now we see the definition of the database transaction. So a database transaction is a logical unit of a processing in the DBMS which entails one or more database access operations. So what are the database operations? Insertion, deletion, updation, right? All these are the database operations which are going to perform on the database data. So all these three datas are going to perform on the database. Such transaction is called as database transaction. Clear? Now, I'll tell you one more example of the transaction. Here, the student 101 is having 50 rupees. This 102 having 100 rupees. Now, 101 student want to transfer 50 rupees to 102. So, what will happen? So, this is the transaction 1. So, what is the transaction 1? So, T1 amount will be minus. So when P1 sending amount of 50 rupees from his amount, so what will happen? Amount of 102 will be increased with 50. So what becomes? It becomes 0, it becomes 150. So this we call it as what? Transaction. Clear? So in transaction 1, you are deducting amount. In transaction 2, you are adding amount. Right? So these two transactions should be executed. Consider the transaction 1 is executed. Amount is deducted but not added to 102. So is it right way of performing the transaction? No. So whatever the transaction you are doing, T1, so T2 also should be done. Then only your database will be in a consistent state. Now, this is the diagram for your transaction management. So what is that? So this is the database state. Now this is the beginning of the transaction. So before beginning of a transaction, your database is in a consistent state. That means database is in a correct positions. That means here before updating the 50 rupees and 100 rupees, 101 ABC 50, 102 XYZ 100. So these are the state of the database that is in a correct manner. After executing these two transaction T1 T2, your database should be what? 101 with 0 amount, 102 with 150 amount, so that you say that after transactions also your database is in correct state. Now, so this is what? Database after transaction, end transaction. So database is in a consistent state. That means before transaction the database is in consistent state. After transaction also the database is in consistent state. Now, while doing a transaction, data temporarily in a inconsistent state. Your database may be inconsistent while making a transaction. Clear? So this process we call it as a execution of a transaction. So inconsistency when occurs, for example, you're updating the data amount 50, you're sending amount to 102. So what will happen? The amount is deducted and it becoming as 0. But 102 amount should not be increased. It's same as 100 only. So is the database is in consistent manner? No, it is having inconsistency. Why? Because amount is deducted from 101 but is not added to 102. So here the database is inconsistent state. So your transaction always before transaction, after transaction, the database should be in a consistent manner. Clear? Now, these are the very most important terms in a acid properties. So, what are the acid properties? These are the very most important topic. Clear? So, listen carefully. First one is atomicity. C stands for consistency, I stands for isolation, D stands for durability. First, we'll see atomicity. Atomicity is nothing but for all the transactions to be executed at once or none of the transaction to be executed. And that means what? Here we are having two transactions. That is what? 101 deduct the 50 rupees, 102 add 50 rupees. These are the two transactions. T1 is deducting 50 rupees, T2 is adding 50 rupees. So these two transactions to be executed togetherly or none of the transaction to be executed. That means what? T1, T2 executed or T1, T2 not to execute. But T1 is executed, T2 not executed. It should not be in that manner. Either you execute both the transaction or you skip both the transactions so that your database before transaction, after transaction in a consistent state. This property we call it as the atomicity. That means what? Either execute all the transactions at once, that means togetherly execute all the transactions, or does not happen at all, that means no transaction to be executed. అయితే అన్ని అవ్వాలి లేకపోతే ఏది కూడా అవ్వదు. సో దట్ ప్రాపర్టీ we call it as the atomicity. Clear? Next we have consistency. Consistency is nothing but what? Before transaction, after transaction, database is in consistent manner. So database must be consistent before and after the transaction. Next what we have? We have isolation. Isolation is nothing but multiple transactions occur independently without interference. Consider we have college database. We have a database of our college. In that we have a student table. So this is the student table. So this student table having some data of like MPC A section, MPC B section, right? Now here we are telling, so computer class is going for MPC A section students. At the same time physics class is going for MPC B section students. Now I want to change some of the student details of 101 here. So physics also want to change some of the students of 201 details. So at the same time, what you are doing? You are changing the updations to student table, student database, or SSR database. That means what? Multiple users are going to use the same database at the same time, even though they should not disturb each other. That we call it as isolation. Clear? Now SBI bank is there. SBI server is at some location. At any time, any number of people can access the SBI server. Yes or no? Anybody can deposit, anybody can withdraw, anybody can update the data of their accounts. Yes or no? That means at one time, SBI server is going to access multiple by multiple clients. So without getting interference between all. So that property we call it as the isolation. Clear? Next what? Durability. So durability is nothing but the changes of successful transaction occurs even if the system failures occurs. For example, now our class is going on, right? Now in the class is going on, a power failure occurred. What will happen? What will happen? We abort the class, right? Now a power came. What will happen? Again we'll start with the same meeting ID or not? That means whatever the meeting ID is continuing with the same meeting ID only will continue the class even a power failure occurs. The meeting ID will not be lost. Yes or no? Why? Because that is generated for 40 minutes. In a 40 minutes, whenever you open, that will be opened. Yes or no? Similarly, I'll explain you one more example. Now, here there are two transactions are there, ABC, XYZ. With these names you are updating. Now after end, power failure occurred. What will happen? The data in the database will be updated or not? So the database will be updated. If you write commit only. So we'll know in next slide what is mean by commit. If you say commit, even though the power failure occurs, whatever the updates you did to your data, that will be updated in your table. So that we call it as the durability. Even though power failure occurs or any system failure occurs, whatever the updates you did to your database, that will be updated when you write commit statement only. So what is commit, will come to know. Clear? So these are the four properties: atomicity, consistency, isolation, and the durability. Atomicity is nothing but all the transaction to be done or none of the transaction to be done. Consistency means before transaction, after transaction, the database is in consistent manner. So isolation nothing but independent users can access the same database at the same time without having any disturbance. Durability nothing but once the transaction changes are done to the database, they are stored permanently. When you write commit, even a power failure occurs or system failure occurs. Clear? So these four are the most important properties in your transaction management. So this is one example. So go through this example. So here in this example, in a transaction one, we are incrementing the x value, decrementing the y value. In transaction T2, we are incrementing the interest, we are incrementing the y. So if the two transactions should follow the all four rules so that your database before transaction, after transaction to be correct. If transaction T1 executed, T2 not executed, that means what? It is not satisfying atomicity property. So the transaction should not perform. So whatever the transaction you are writing, so first ensure that the transaction should follow those four properties so that your database is in consistent manner. Clear? Now, this is the state diagram of the transaction. We say state diagram, right? So we say that this is the state diagram of a transaction. First, began, active. So first T1, T2. These are the two transactions. So A is going to deduct the amount of 50 rupees. To B, we are adding 50 rupees amount. Right? So initially A is having 50, B is having 100. The same example I'm considering. Right? Now, here when you say begin transaction, end transaction, the two transactions are in active state. Now your two transactions are in active state. Now you execute these two transactions, then these two transactions will go to partially committed state. After writing, before you say end, submit button, if a power failure occurs, these two transactions will go to failed state. If any error will not be there, system is right manner, power is in right manner, then these two transactions are going to partially committed state. Partially committed means your sended money, B is received money, but this amount will not be stored in your account permanently. Temporarily, you have received amount, you deducted amount, he credited amount. But these two updations are not saved permanently in the database. When they are going to store in the permanently database, when you say commit, we have a commit command in TCL language. When you say commit, from the partial state, it goes to committed state. Clear? From committed state, it goes to end. Right? Now, partially committed state is there. Two transactions are done. Up to this, we completed process. Now, a power failure occurred. You deducted amount, he credited amount. So, A is deducted, B is credited. But the changes are not done to your original account. The power failure occurs. So, what will happen? From that partially committed state to, it goes to failed state. So from failed state to aborted state. That means from aborted state is nothing but what? Either you get A added 50 rupees, B deducted 50 rupees temporarily. In previous case, what we done? A deducted, B added. But when come back to your aborted, A added back 50 rupees, B deducted back to 50 rupees. That means you are sending money, a transaction failed. What will happen? Amount will be returned to you or not. So that is aborted. Clear? From that aborted state, from this aborted state, again go to end state. So this is a state diagram and this is the very most important for your transaction states. So first one is active. From active, the transaction go to partially committed. When you say commit, it goes to committed state, then end. Now, from partially committed state, before committing a transaction, a power failure occurred. It goes to fail state. then to aborted state. From aborted state, the transactions roll back. So amount whatever you deducted, that will be added to you, and from B, what amount of amount is added, that will be deducted. Clear? So from that, you say end state. Whenever you are in active state, the transaction is still not started. If the power failure occurs, it goes to failed state, then aborted, then end. So this is a simple notes for the 5 states. So active, initial transaction is being executed. This is the initial state of the every transaction. So partially committed means what? When a transaction executes its final operation, it is said to be in a partially committed state. So if you are writing 10 transaction, you are ending at now 9th transaction. Till that, whenever you start a 10th transaction execution, when you start, that is partially committed. That means all the 9 transactions are completed, but still not 10th one is executed. Still what means is executing process. Now we say that partially committed. Next we have failed. So when you say failed, any fail state occurs, maybe database system fails. So system may fail, or power failure may fail, or some software fails occurs. So due to that, the fail state will be occurred. So after fail state, what we have? Aborted. From aborted, we have again 2 states, that is restart and kill. That means again start the transaction from first, or completely close the transaction, again start from first. So go back and start are one way. The another way is what? Cancel all the things and again start from first. There are 2 things in the aborted state. Next, in committed, if a transaction executes all its operations successfully, it is said to be committed. All its effects are now permanently stored in the database system. Clear? So this is about transaction management.